Sorry. This is a true event in American history. The chimpanzee in the program suddenly broke out, bit the female guest to death alive. Male guest wants to escape, but was chased all the way to the compartment. Is he? The little boy who appeared witnessed everything, but he can't do anything. Mom. Years later, the little boy who grew up entered an amusement park. The theme is the chimpanzee riots back then, using this to earn him a lot of money. A few days ago, the siblings of the nearby horse farm sold the horse to him. The horse club at the racetrack disappeared inexplicably. Under his investigation, was found that there is a horse-eating monster in the sky, so I borrowed this to make another profit. However, this time he didn't have that much luck. A remote area in the suburbs of California, Xiaohe runs a horse farm with his father. On this day, while feeding horses, a faint scream came from above, and then there was the sound of bullets whistling. There are a large number of small objects falling rapidly in the air. My father lowered his head, unresponsive. Then he fell to the ground. It was already too late. When it was delivered to the hospital, people can't be saved. The doctor took a photo. The cause of death was the head shot by a coin. That night, Xiaohe takes a walk with a white horse, seeing screams coming from the circus camp in the valley, following something flying through the clouds. Isn't this just UFO? The next day, the two of them came to town to purchase surveillance. Because many websites are heavily soliciting photos, on the brink of bankruptcy, Xiaohe decided to seize this opportunity to turn around. Brother and sister go to the supermarket to purchase monitoring equipment, and ask my friend Angie to come and install it. At night, the horses make strange noises. Xiaohe bravely went to check, although I am afraid in my heart, but I still had the courage to take out my phone and shoot, to make money, completely disregarding one's own safety. Unexpectedly, there is still a little black hanging upside down behind me. A backhand is a punch. There are no monsters at all, it's just a scary leather case. So that's the child of the circus owner. I learned that there have been many strange events recently. It's just a prank. Here, Xiaohe comes outside to collect the horse. The horse stopped its steps. It's like seeing something terrifying, but there's nothing unusual in front of me. Suddenly the horse broke free from the reins. Running away, a sudden tornado swept up behind me. There seems to be something hidden inside the clouds. Feeling dangerous, get close to Xiaohe and run away. Suddenly, there were black shadows swimming in the clouds. The black girl noticed that where the shadow passes, the electricity will disappear. Xiaohe escaped to the horse. Black Shadow unexpectedly gave up the pursuit of Xiaohe, but the frightened Marco outside suffered. I saw flying sand and rocks outside, following the white horse but being sucked in. I'm afraid this is not anymore. But a conscious monster came to Angie's door the next day. He found a strange phenomenon in the surveillance. Classic horror movie escapes from the desperate battle and releases a sequel. It is the highest-grossing horror film of the year. Jordan Peele, as always, combines horror and absurdity, using detail stacking, penetrate the atmosphere throughout. It's a rare masterpiece. Not much to say. Back to the movie. Angie tells the little black siblings about the strange phenomenon he discovered. There is a cloud on the mountaintop, unexpectedly fixed, not moving all day long. Scattered monster. Just use the clouds to cover up and hide from Xiaohe to see the flyers on the ground. Explanation: the black horse was sold to the circus owner, and there was a loud noise in the sky from the circus. Dust and sand dancing on the ground. The audience is still dying. Raise your head and look at the sky. Waiting for them will be a nightmare. None of them was spared. All sucked into the body by the dark shadow. When Xiaohe arrived at the circus, this place has long been empty. Only the black horse is locked in the fence. That huge black shadow appeared again in the clouds. Little Black wants to call the black horse back, but I didn't want the black horse's screams to catch his attention. The dark shadow finally appeared. Quickly land on this side of the ground. The black girl who was alone at home heard the roar above her head, and it was he who came. Immediately, it's pouring cats and dogs in the sky. During the day, the things sucked into the monster's belly were also continuously vomited out. The black girl is hiding under the table here. Be in a great panic. There was also a shower of blood in the air. Early morning hours, the broadcast rings, indicates that the power recovery monster has left. At this moment, the clouds in the sky formed the shape of an eye again. Let's get out of this place first before we talk about it. Come back to the inn again. Temporary rest. News is currently playing. The construction of dozens of people in the circus. The documentary director also saw this news. Remembering siblings, the two said they had met UFO. So I found them, and returned to the racetrack again. Discuss how to attract monsters to appear. The director knows that monsters can affect electricity, so he took out an ancient handheld camera, so there's no need to worry about power issues. The black girl went to find a large number of inflatable people. There's no electricity left. Inflatable people will fall down. Naturally knows where the monster is located. Angie is responsible for conducting large-scale surveillance through surveillance cameras. Finally, Shizire was responsible for making human flesh bait. Attract that monster to appear. Arrange work for 4 people. Prepare to work. A motorcycle rider broke into the valley. The other party turned out to be a gossip reporter. Received the message. There are monsters appearing here, so I want to rub against the heat. The black girl kindly reminded the reporter not to listen at all. Rushing towards the valley. Relay. People gradually fall down. The monster has appeared. The whole corpse knight fell to the ground in the motorcycle hole. Xiaohei cannot refuse to save his life. Riding a horse to save people. The reporter's death is imminent. Unexpectedly still remembers the camera. Xeris reflective helmet. Seeing the monster right above my head, Xiaohei had to quickly ride away. Tornado reappears. The man pushed open the car door. The creatures on top of their heads open their bloodthirsty mouths. He quickly hid in the car. Strange person congratulates himself on avoiding a disaster. Just now, he witnessed firsthand the experience of extraterrestrial creatures, hiding in the clouds escaping from death. Remind him of all the people who were devoured by monsters before. It's all because I looked him in the eye. Go back to the past. The reporter was swallowed by a monster with screams. Then the monster chased after him. The monster quickly caught up with Xiaohei. What reminds Xiaohei of her eyes is, at this moment, we can only take a fight. Sure enough, that's right. The monster couldn't see him as expected. Xiaohei took the opportunity to slip away. He hid in the stable in time. The director also captured the desired image. But he's not satisfied with this. Maybe I don't think this is strong enough. Decide to sacrifice for art. Running to the mountaintop to take a set of photos up close. As expected, unable to escape being eaten by misfortune. The monster noticed Angie, but he made a mistake. The steel wire of the fence actually tied him up. That's how he escaped a disaster. The monster was played twice. I'm very angry. Transformed from a hat shape to a butterfly shape. At a critical moment, Brother Zue appears on horseback. He looked up straight at the monster. This caught the other person's attention. In the end, my brother sacrificed himself. What time for the black girl? The black girl rode her motorcycle and rushed towards the amusement park. There's a giant balloon doll over there. This thing should be able to kill monsters. Come to the amusement park and immediately release the rope. Then the giant doll slowly floated into the air. At the same time, there are mouse cameras in the amusement park that capture the starry sky for tourists. This is just enough to take a photo of the monster. The monster was indeed deceived. Chased up with the giant doll in the clouds. Speaking. Open that strange giant mouth. Swallowed the doll in one gulp. Balloon blast. Blow the monster to pieces. The black girl took a photo with a handheld camera. The smoke has dissipated outside. Familiar figure reappears. Originally, it was my brother Xiaohei. This concludes the film. Maybe after many people finish watching it. I don't understand why the director spent so much time elaborating on the plot of stars killing on TV programs. In the later plot, the male protagonist discovers that the way to protect himself from being engulfed by extraterrestrial creatures is to avoid eye contact. In fact, this is also one of the coping methods for encountering fierce beasts in the wild. So in the program back then, why didn't the chimpanzee kill the little boy? I want to punch the little boy as a gesture of friendship. Because at that time, the little boy was hiding under the table hanging semi-transparent fabric, blocking the sight of chimpanzees. So the chimpanzee and the little boy didn't have eye contact. That's also why chimpanzees didn't kill the little boy, and the little boy who grew up thought he was the chosen son. Feeling lucky after discovering the monster, thought the miracle would continue again. I didn't expect it to be that lucky this time, and ultimately he paid the price for his own greed.